You're with Business Live. Our top story today, the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is beginning a 3-day visit to the UK.
Yeah, he's the first Indian Premier to come to Britain in nearly a decade, and millions of dollars of trade deals are expected to be signed.
Now, imagine if you knew what a company was really like to work for. It would be nice before you applied for a job.
That would no doubt influence, I can only imagine, that would influence your decision to apply there, right?
Well, founded back in 2008, Glassdoor is a job site described as the TripAdvisor for job seekers.
Yeah, users can log on to check out what their potential new employers might be like to work for, of course, by reading anonymous reviews of employees and former employees of companies and their management as well.
The site was co-founded by its current chief executive, Robert Hohman, who describes himself as a major geek. He runs his 550-person startup by day and still personally codes by night.
Well, little birdie told me not always coding at night. When not running the company or coding, the odd coding, he's playing computer games. Oh, yeah, he loves his computer games with his 2 expert-level sons. In fact, he's been known to say that Glassdoor wouldn't even be around if it weren't for computer games.
Well, he's right here. Robert's with us in the studio to tell us more. Welcome to the programme, Robert. So it all sounds intriguing. I wish Glassdoor was around when I was applying for jobs way back when.
Would you have looked here for the BBC?
It might have been quite useful. But just tell us how you came up with this idea.
Yeah, well, so I had been lucky to be part of the Expedia journey. And what really happened in online travel is we took the travel agent green screen, which agents used to have, and you'd go to the Oracle, the agent, and they'd bang away at the keyboard and interpret to you its results. And we gave it to people, and it was incredibly powerful, and suddenly that information asymmetry was flattened. And I looked around after Expedia at what other big decisions people make in their life, and I fell in love with this because I think people are choosing, when they choose where to go to work, it's one of the biggest decisions that they'll make in their entire life.
And you decided this, though. You came up with this idea after you left Microsoft, or you left Expedia, Microsoft. You came up with this after taking a year off. Now, hang on, let me just get this in, everybody. He took a year off to play a video game. You played a video game. What was it? Which one was it? It was World of War.
World of Warcraft, a Blizzard entertainment game.
A year?
Well, yes, it's true. So the fascinating things, I learned a couple things about myself. I learned how goal-oriented I was. And I also, for the first time, saw the power of people engaging with each other using technology, which is really what was happening in this game. You were playing with other real human beings. And that's really what Glassdoor is about. Like, we're a platform that allows people to help other people find a job and company they love through the stories they tell about the parts of their company that they love, the parts of their company that they wish could be better. If they could sit down with a CEO, what they would whisper in their ear to say, gosh, I wish you'd change this, how much they earn, all of that together helps make a great decision.
But one of the regular criticisms of TripAdvisor and other sites like it is when you're looking at what people say about a hotel, you don't know how much of that is actually genuine or just them having a gripe because, I don't know, they weren't upgraded to a better room or whatever. How do we know that about Glassdoor when we read about a company that all the comments on there, the reviews are, you know, genuine reviews as opposed to someone who may be a bit bitter because they didn't get the promotion they wanted and therefore left?
Yeah, data integrity is certainly one of the most important things about the site. Everything is pre-moderated before it goes live on Glassdoor. That's probably one of the biggest ways that we shape the community and enforce rules and guidelines. Now, back to the person who has a negative experience, though, because they didn't get a promotion, our opinion is their one viewpoint is one valid viewpoint, one. We go to great lengths to make sure they can't stuff the ballot box with multiple reviews. And we want to hear all those stories from different employees. And we've been trained from 20 years of consuming reviews on TripAdvisor and Yelp and Amazon to look for a narrative in those reviews to find a story which speaks to us.
Was it difficult at first when you started to actually, start getting the information? How did you go and source it at first when you started this company?
Well, it's funny. We started in the Bay Area, United States, in California Bay Area, and we actually started with just software engineers. anywhere we could find software engineers for a chance to win an iPod at the time.
Oh, wow.
We'd ask them to tell us how much money they make and what it was like to work at their company. And we had 3,000 of these stories. When we launched, though, within 48 hours, we had data from 100 countries around the world. So this transparency, this need to know what it's going to be like before I go to work at a company, and really what's fair pay too, rapidly transcended.
And you say you knew you were having an impact on the jobs market when company bosses started to ring you up because they weren't happy about their rating on Glassdoor. But just to tell us about how you make money, because it sounds like it's a very time-consuming job. You've got a lot of people who work for you. Is it the old traditional way? I mean, people advertising on your site, and therefore, who are they?
We fundamentally make money helping companies recruit. So our mission in life is to help people find a job and company they love. It turns out that that's pretty much what companies want too. They want people who are committed, know that that's the right place for me to work. And so we help companies by sending a really highly qualified candidate flow to them, and then also helping them to monitor their employer brand in the marketplace. Employer brand is really becoming important. As the war for talent grows, and as you know, we're all fighting for this small pool of really talented individuals, how strong your employer brand is really determines whether or not you're going to get them and what you'll pay for them.
Fascinating stuff. We're going to wrap it up, unfortunately, but apparently the BBC rate's pretty not bad, is it?
They do, yes. Tony Hall's a 73% approval rate.
73% approval rate. BBC.
You've
there you go. Robert.
Well, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you, mate. Nice to meet you.